Hey, this is BJ Shea. You know, I do a radio show out in Seattle, but you're here listening to The Edge on air.com. Oh, yeah, and Ryan Hoppe and Super Rich. They're both wanted. Please arrest them.
All right. Welcome back to the Hoppe and Super Rich Show. Our phone lines were blowing up after my rant about gay marriage being approved in North Carolina as I called out all the out-of-touch imbecile bigots who are against it in 2014. Get over yourself. Call the show, 847-866-W. When you order, it's 847-866-9687.
And this is the type of caller who is going to pump us up, who is going to give us the biggest rant of all time, because he is a gay man who is very annoyed and very against the idea of gay people not being able to get married, and the bigot.
It sounds like a Sally Struthers.
What's up, Dexter? He is one of my radio mentors. He is one of the guys who believes in me. Don't you like this intro of Enter the Sandman to pump everybody up?
No, I was listening, and I felt like one of my rants was coming on, at 3 o'clock in the morning. So
Let me describe this to everybody out there in the radio world. I have been talking to this guy since July of 2013. He has given me the best radio advice and the best life advice. Sometimes I feel like I need to get a psychologist, but then I just call him, and he changes me forever. And you are a gay man, which I don't give two diddly squats about, because I believe you should be happy in life. So what is your take on all these bigots, on all these scumbags, on all these leeches who don't want people like you to have the power to get married?
Well, first of all, let me say a couple of things. Just what I don't understand, and I'll probably catch a lot of hell from the gay community on this. What I don't understand is you're a dude that likes dudes. Why are you acting like a girl? So let's stop that right there.
Yeah, because I've always wondered. You're a dude. That doesn't mean you have to talk with that lisp and get all feminine. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. But I feel like it's more they want to fit in. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, they do. And like we saw in the Ninth Circuit Court and the courts in North Carolina, and a lot of these were Bill Clinton appointees, and I think some of them were Bush appointees. But they went ahead and basically said they're over, the federal government has already legalized, basically throughout DOMA, throughout the domestic partnership laws, went against Prop 8 in California. And finally the federal government says, hey, we don't have a problem with it. We're trying to win a war with these assholes over in the Middle East, which we should have made that a parking lot 13 years ago and didn't. So we should be worried about that, and worried about our borders, and worried about jobs, and worried about things that friggin' matter, not about, I'm trying to do right things in the world. Not trying to, and we're too busy fighting these cosmetic battles than the ones that really friggin' matter.
Now, how annoying is it for you that they're spending more time focusing on gay marriages than they are on fixing the economy or wars and all of that nonsense?
Well, look, in 1994, half of all marriage, I think it was in 1980, through the 90s, half of all marriages failed. So if my gays want to go out and get married, this is just job security for divorce attorneys. So, and the way I look at it is it would be helping the economy. So, who cares? But, like I said, I think that we're too busy. If in 2014 you honestly, am I allowed to use bad language? Yeah, it's so hard, Ryan, I tell you.
Yeah, I mean, you can right now, sort of, just don't go overboard with it.
With what?
I know.
Language.
No, Ryan knows when I rant, I get pissed.
Basically, just don't say the 7 words that George Carlin said, but I talk about backdoor action or scissoring, so say whatever you want.
And your career ends in 2 weeks. And you'll be calling me because I'm a consultant. Thanks. But no, look, in 2014, if we are seriously still on this mission that it was a choice, like you turned on a light switch, and it's the same thing with abortion. Do I agree with abortion? No. But do I think that it's my job as a man to tell a woman what is between her and her God or whatever she believes in? Absolutely friggin' not. But we need to get over this, man. I mean, it's 2014, and we got Ebola, we've got whooping cough is back.
I know. Like, I feel like this is like something that happened in the 1800s. Abraham Lincoln should be back. The fact that the whooping cough is back, and that's not what we care about. We care about if 2 gay men should get married or 2 women should get married. I'm so sick of this. I'm glad you brought that up.
But, well, and, you know, I mean, we pretty much eradicated the whooping crane, and all we got left is the freaking cough.
Yeah.
Because parents now will not, you know, they're not getting their kids vaccinated, and I think that's BS because, you know, the kids are dying. They're coming, you know, from other countries coming here, and a man was taken into the emergency room with 104-degree temperature with Ebola, and I mean these are real serious issues that we need to be worried about. The serious issues and not worried about these guys. If the queers want to go out and take over the world, then goddamn it, go.
Here's my thing. Do you believe in God?
Yes.
So, do you think God's against gay people? Because I'm not sure what I believe in, but I think if God's so great, he wouldn't care about what anybody thinks. And if the Bible is real, whoever put in the fact about 2 men not being able to get married or the same sex, I think it was just some bigot who doesn't agree with it. So how annoyed are you with all these religious figures that just spew hatred like the Westboro Church?
Well, okay, well, the example here is the Pope. The Pope pretty much said, leave the gay people alone. And secondly, as far as the Bible's concerned, the Old Testament is for the Jews. That was their book. And then we wanted to make it more attractive, so we made the New Testament with a cooler-looking dude, and with love and peace and all this other stuff. So if reason to believe says that God is love and God created us, then I guess He created all of us. I think people will be judged harsher on the sins of malice than they will on the sins of the heart.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I want to keep you on the line because you are brilliant. I'm not just kissing your ass because you're one of my good friends and you're the best consultant I had and the best radio advice and life advice. I'm being serious. You're literally a genius because you work with political figures like Dennis Kucinich and Hillary Clinton. So you're going to help out the show a lot, even though we don't need help. I'm pretty badass.
No,
so we're going to have... What's up?
He's doing fine.
So I know I'm a badass. So we're going to have Ryan Risky read the latest in the news when it comes to this article. And whenever you want to chime in or give your take, go ahead. So what's going on, Risky?
After an hour after the same-sex marriage became legal Friday evening, the Guilford County Register of Deeds, Jeff Thigpen, and his staff returned to work to issue same-sex couple marriage licenses. We said it was going to be today. We knew it was going to be today. We really did, said Frank Brooks and Brad Newton, the first same-sex couple in Guilford County to receive a marriage license and tie the knot. We left here at 5 o'clock, and we were so depressed, said Brooks. We got home and sat in our backyard with our dogs and our phones started going crazy.
Well, Risky, look, the funny thing is, if you want to stop the gays from having sex, legalize marriage, because we all know that once you're married, sex is over.
Right? That's the best quote. I might literally have that in a drop. Like, that is the best quote.
So
that was pretty good.
Just let my queers marry, and sodomy will stop.
And here's one thing I want to get your take on. I first heard about it getting passed when I saw My Fox 8. It's the affiliate of Fox out there in Greensboro. And here's what one bigot said. And this comment, even though I've never met the guy and I never will, and it was anonymous, really infuriated me. I want to get your take on this line. And this dude, Brian Rich, I can say his name because it's a public website
He's a scumbag.
like Facebook. It's a public outlet like Facebook. So when you say a comment, it's out there. Here's what he said. sad day in North Carolina when these FAGs were voted for this not to be legal. Very sad day. So he's mad that it wasn't voted for it to be illegal. What is your take on this when guys drop the F word like that and they just come off like imbeciles?
Well, my story started in 1994 when I came out to my family. And, look, I and you've debated with me before, and maybe I'm a little bit more mature than some people, and it sounds like I'm more mature than that asshole, but I'm assuming that he's just a closed-minded bigot. And does it offend me? It really doesn't. I've been called a lot of names over the years, and that is one that does not offend me. I don't, here's the thing, you're allowed to have your opinions, but I am too, and this is one thing that really pisses me off too about the gay community. They want to march on Washington, they want to march in pride parades, they want to do all of this stuff, but yet if anybody stands up and disagree with them, they're called bigots, and they actually get more aggressive towards the people that have a different sort of opinion. I think that is so counterproductive for the gay community. It's like I protested too loudly. Leave it alone, because you're not going to change somebody's mind. Once they've made it, they're going to keep it until they change their mind. So as far as me wanting to, would I even have dialogue with that man? No, it's not worth it, because I'm not going to change his mind.
When you first came out gay, I've heard that if you have like swagger and you're very confident, it's not as hard to come out if you have supporting parents. But if you don't have supporting parents or you're a nervous person, it's not as easy to come out. So what was that moment like for you and everything leading up to it? Was it easy or sort of easy to come out? Or was this a life-changing moment where you were very nervous? What was it like when you came out gay?
Well, first of all, in 1993, I'm sorry, 92, before my final year of high school, I had met somebody, and a relationship evolved. Now, we both played sports. We weren't those, kind of flaming queens.
What sports did you play?
I was a kicker on the football team, and I played soccer.
See, that's the cool part about you. We need more gay men like you. I'm not saying we need more gay men that play sports, but you should be the spokesperson for GLAAD and all these people who have that whole feminine voice. I mean, I'm cool with that, but when you first added me on Twitter, I thought you were some macho man that banged chicks, and when I heard you were gay, I wasn't offended, but I'm like, wow, this guy's in great shape. He's good looking. I never would have thought you were gay. So the fact that you played sports, it's great because it shows that just because you play sports doesn't mean you're straight. And I just love that you're the different type of gay man, and we need you to be the spokesperson. You know what I mean?
But see, I like to use the F word too much, and that kind of pisses off people.
Is it sort of like how black people use the N word around each other? I've always wanted to know, do gay people use the F word around each other?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I mean, or call each other girl or Mary or whatever, and it's like, you say that to me, I'm gonna knock your teeth down your freaking throat. And I can't, I'm not the gay bar type. I won't go. I don't need to go.
What is it like at a gay bar?
Scary. Very fucking scary. I mean, there's dragon queens everywhere, and guys in the girls' bathroom, and cocaine in the guys' bathroom. I mean, it's just dirty and friggin' scummy.
Here's my thing. I'm cool with the whole drag queen thing. I don't care what you do at all.
Yeah,
I literally...
Because you look like one.
You say it one more time. You can't say that on the air.
Oh, I said because you look like one.
Okay, listen. When they do that drag queen thing and they can't afford the whole procedure and they're wearing a dress and they have hairy legs, that's when I'm not creeped out, but I'm like, it's just a weird look. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care what you do. I want to make it in radio. I want to bang chicks. That's what I care about. I want to see the Bears win a Super Bowl. I don't care what anybody does in their life, but it just kind of seems weird when I look at these drag queens and they're not properly ready. You know what I mean?
And it's so culturally different. Like in Miami, for example, And I think the movie Birdcage really kind of sheds some light on it with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane. Is in South Beach in Miami, they are very professional. A lot of them are making six figures. They've gone through some sort of cosmetic surgeries, and it's always straight people that go to the drag queen shows in South Florida. But up north, it's all the gay guys that go to the drag shows. So it's very weird. I don't get it. I find it frightening because it's like, okay, this dude is in a wig, like 6'8" and like 300 pounds. I can't take this bitch. And so it's just like, whatever.
Now, Dexter, I'm going to read a quote from the Senate Leader Phil Berger right now, and then I want to get your take on it. Yeah. Senate Leader Phil Berger and House Speaker Tom Tillis issued the following statement following the ban being overturned. While we recognize the tremendous passion on all sides of this issue, we promise to defend the will of North Carolina voters because they, not judges and not politicians, define marriage as between one man and one woman and place that in our state constitution. It is disappointing this decision was made without North Carolina's law receiving its day in court, and we will continue to work to ensure the voice of the voters is heard.
Wasn't the Supreme Court involved in it? Doesn't it? I mean, it doesn't sound like it was just, somebody drove through the Wendy's drive-through and handed them I mean, what the hell? This is so stupid. Why are we electing these people?
These people are morons.
And it's the Democrats and it's the Republicans. Basically, when I think of the Democrats and the Republicans, I basically think of a bowl of crap sitting in front of a mirror.
Amen to that.
So, but I vote Democrat, and speaking of which, I really hope everybody's going to get out and vote this year, next month. Early voting in most states are still legal. So you guys still have early voting there?
I don't know, but why don't we ever get politicians that are likable? Here in Illinois, it's the two scumbags, Bruce Rauner and Governor Pat Quinn, and their commercials, but every political commercial is like this. It's where they hate on each other, and they're both dirty scumbags. Like, why do they keep making these annoying commercials that are just so hateable? It makes me hate politics.
Well, the strategy, and my history and where I've worked in politics, but the strategy of attacking has become so basically distasteful to the public, and it backfires. When you start attacking your opponent, I mean,
it makes you appear weak.
Yep, it makes you look stupid, more than weak. It just makes you look dumb. Because, back in the, around the 60s through, 1980s, that was such a common thing. But now, when you get a piece of literature in the mail for voting and you see it's a negative attack ad, people are less likely because they're tired of the crap. They're tired of listening to it. It's a bad strategy. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I like to think of any government position, whether it be president or governor or whatever, I like to think of it as who can be the shiniest piece of crap.
Yeah, and I said this a long time ago. We need to fire everybody in Washington and hire black women, lesbian militants, to let them run the government for 4 years. So we could just have. I'd like to test a president for a little while. Let's date a little bit before we decide I'm giving you 8 years. But, my prediction right now is that sometime between now and the middle of next month, Hillary Clinton will announce.
So you think she's going to run for president
Absolutely.
for 2016?
Absolutely.
I'm not voting for her.
How come? Why wouldn't you vote for her, K-Wall?
Well, I mean, my family and I were
Republican.
Yeah, we're Republican, but like I would say, I consider myself more of like a middle Republican. I'm a guy
moderate
who
Republican.
Yeah, like I like to see. I mean, I see eye to eye in some things that some of the Democrats say, other things that Republicans say. I consider myself more of a middle. Like, I'm all for gay marriage, and even though I'm a Roman Catholic, I mean, like, I'm all for it. I got best friends who are gay. I got a few friends who are bisexual, but like
that right there, I have a problem with. But
Why?
I think saying that is it's just the biggest load of crap that I could ever. Either you are or you're not. I mean, you quit trying to take eat the whole pie. It's just no pun intended. But it's like how selfish little prick you are that you're going out there and getting guys and girls. I mean, that's selfishness. But yeah, anyways. But no, it sounds like that you're more of a more
moderate.
No, your social views seem pretty liberal, yet maybe your fiscal views are a little bit more conservative, and that's becoming kind of the norm.
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, I don't like how Barack Obama is spending our money on.
Neither do I.
But like but when it comes to social values, norms, whatever you call them, I mean, I'm all for gay marriage. I'm all for choice, even though like my religion says you cannot like these. But and earlier you're talking about the Bible. In the Bible, it's basically not only like saying homosexuality is bad, but also like you love the sinner but hate the sin.
And that's why I say I don't have a problem with somebody disagreeing with me. But when I am in the comfort of my own home, you better not even come close to my personal life, because where my home is like my little castle, and I don't let a lot of people in. So, like I said, when I'm in public, I'll answer any question whatsoever, but I won't let you into my personal space and allow you to offend my personal space.
Right, and I quite frankly, I don't care much for people's personal space. I mean, that's for you. I mean, even some of the best people to talk to, really are people who see things from a different view.
Absolutely.
I mean, me being part of everyone else, but not only that, but like having knowing people who see it from all different angles.
When we used to, it's really kind of funny that you mentioned that. When we would do debate prep with Congressman Kucinich from the 10th District in Ohio, we would pick the smartest guy in the room that was Republican for him to have debate practice with. And I think that is a testament to the way I think is just because it was your idea as a Republican and a Roman Catholic, it doesn't mean that you're wrong. So you and I can sit down like human beings and try to discuss the current events in life and everything else. And if people would treat each other like we can treat each other and talk to each other like we talk to each other, there's so much more that we could get accomplished.
Right, exactly.
All right, and before we let you go, what is your final thing you want to say to the Chicago radio market on WNUR 89.3 FM?
Good night. And it's 37 degrees in Cleveland, so happy you.
Yeah, it's not the greatest weather either. We went walking on the beach just because we want to appreciate whatever weather we have until it gets to the vortex in about 2 weeks.
And when you can walk on a beach with a great view of the city.
I saw the picture, and he looked like he was dead. It looked like
I bet you were afraid, Dad. It's like, God damn, I'm going to speak his eulogy, right?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, crap. So I'm like, and I really had to look there. I was like, it looks like they found a dead body on the It's like I was ready to call CSI. And then you sitting on the ledge, I thought you were going to jump off the bridge. So I didn't know if that was like the first picture of you killing yourself. The aftermath. I mean, Christ, you're 8 feet tall. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I'm going to tweet that out. Add Hoppe Radio 893 so the listeners can see us. So the listeners can see the picture. And before we let you go, Where can people find your work online?
I suspended right now I'm on iHeartRadio, but I suspended like the Spreaker app to do off-air and off-color type material because I was being trolled like you wouldn't believe.
By douchebags who can't take a joke.
Yeah, and that means that I just have to then I have to lock up my Twitter and everything else. It's just a pain in the ass.
Are you going to ever unlock it?
Yeah, I will. I mean, these type of people for a while, and then once it's like a little child that's throwing a temper tantrum. You ignore them, and you just stop. Don't even respond, and eventually they'll go away.
Real quick, before we let you go, I want to get your take on this. What is your take on fake outrage and pussies who can't take a joke?
On who?
On, like, the pussies who can't take a joke. Like, fake outrage, like when you get someone like Anthony Cumia fired, or you remove the word ISIS from Archer because people were mad. What is your take when focus groups get something removed just because they're mad, and then the companies falter to the pressure?
And we've moved into a new age. I call it social media advocacy.
Yeah.
And I call it internet advocacy because now everybody's taking to Twitter and like they did in Ferguson and St. Louis and everywhere else. So I think we've entered a really new realm of internet or social media advocacy and people protesting that way as well. And I see it working. But as far as these people that are having this fake outrage, and I can point to some of the people even that were in Ferguson. There were people there that didn't give a damn about that kid. They just wanted to go and be pissed off just to be pissed off.
Yeah, and here's my thing. I just think they're a bunch of keyboard killers. That's what I like to call them. Because these pussies would never say it to Anthony Cumia's face when they got mad that he went on that racial tirade. Or they would never say it to the creator, Adam Reed's face, that they're mad at the cartoon's agency's name on the show as ISIS on Archer as it got removed. Like, they would never say it to anybody's face. The people who are mad at you would never say it to your face. It's just this new precedent and this new phenomenon where you have the power to talk smack behind the keyboard without having any social skills, and you would never have the guts to say it to someone's face.
I think you should have to take an IQ test to use Twitter personally.
Yes!
I mean, these people can't spell anything right in 140 characters. They could retype the same word 140 times and it still misspell it. I mean, the grammar's terrible. So I think you should it should be used as a carry concealed weapon that you have to take a test if you're able to.
Would you pass the test?
Would I?
Yeah.
Well, depends on what topic we're on that specific day. So probably.
How do you spell you properly?
You?
Yeah.
Y-O-U.
Exactly. See, only certain morons could get that wrong.
Here's the people who wouldn't pass the test.
People just spell it with the letter U.
Here's the people. Well, I do that when I don't have enough characters. But here's the people who wouldn't pass the test.
160 characters. That would make life so much easier.
Oh, yeah, it would. But here's the people who wouldn't pass the test. They are the people, dude, who use the word bae, who are Drake fans, who are the people who refer to Chicago as Chirac.
Kim Kardashian.
Who are Kim Kardashian fans and have a page called Kim Kardashian Quotes. To me, my favorite Kim Kardashian quote is, "Oh yeah, Ray J, do it harder. Oh yeah, Ray J, hit my G-spot." You know what I mean?
Did you see her at the iHeartRadio Festival?
No, because I don't like that skank, that whore, that slut.
Well, she was there, and I swear to God, when you look at her booty and Nicki Minaj's booty, Nicki Minaj's ass looks like it is in its third trimester. I mean,
God, those farts must be so awful.
It's just like, oh my God. You know, I just want to go home. But anyways, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And hopefully I can come back and visit you guys.
Oh, of course you can come on, man. You're great on the air.
Yeah, great. You sound like a great public speaker.
I've only been doing it for 20 years.
All right, we appreciate you calling in.
Have a good night in Cleveland, if that's possible. I'm just kidding. All right, peace out, dude.
That was Dexter.
One of my mentors. Follow him on Twitter. But if you're uptight, don't follow him because you're a loser. All right, our phone lines are blowing up once again after that 35-minute segment with Dexter, one of my radio mentors. Wow, time flies. That was 35 minutes of radio gold. So we are going to take a quick break, have Ryan Risky screen the calls, and we will be right back on the Hoppe and Super Rich Show. Do not touch that dial, folks.
The Hoppe and Super Rich Show.
This is an official broadcast of Hoppe Radio. For more info, check out hopperadio.com and hoppesworld.com.